Hi guys, welcome back to Doobrey's Day. Today on Doobrey's Day, it's a PC upgrade day, so we thought we'd take you along. Let's go. Okay, so we've been shopping. I've decided to get myself an upgrade to my little PC down here. That's currently got an Intel i5, but with the recent release of the Ryzen 5000 series, I've decided to do an upgrade. So I've been to scan.co.uk, and I'll put a link to the guys down below. And for once, I've bought a pre-configured motherboard, processor, and cooler with some memory in there, which is in the box down here. And today's video, I'm going to rip out the guts out of this case here. I'm going to give it to Mini Doobs over here, very excited. It's got an i5 in my existing motherboard, an 8 series i5, so 2 generations because the 10th series is just out. But I want to show you what it's like buying from Scan, what it's like to rip out the guts out of your PC, put the new guts in and get it working. And Mini Doobs is going to do the same, but this time on his. So without further ado, let's start ripping stuff out of our cases. So first things first, when you take the side case off, on my case here, this is an NXZT case. You go with quick screws on the back here, pull the case off, and that's the side of the case, dead easy. Okay, main components of the computer are the cooler, which sits on top of the CPU or central processing unit, just down here. We've got memory. This is 4 sticks of 8GB Corsair Vengeance memory. We have the graphics card. This is a GeForce RTX 3080, so a really powerful graphics card. We have the PSU sitting at the bottom here, this is where this power is coming from, and power onto the motherboard. And then I have an NVMe PCIe Gen 4 SSD card down here. This is a Fire CUDA, and that's what's got my operating system on it. So first things first, I want to start de-rigging the power. So taking the power out of here, take the power off of here, and remove the graphics card. Then I want to remove the fan off the back here. That'll allow me access to the motherboard. And then I'll do a couple of screws on the motherboard, lift the motherboard out. Then Mini Doobs will do the same on his. He'll repeat it on his computer. Then we'll transfer, like a heart transplant, from my computer into his. And then I'll go into my scan box, this wonderful white box here, which I'm not going to show you yet. And then I'm going to put all of those components into here. So what we'll do, I think we'll set up the camera for recording, so we'll make it go nice and quickly, and we'll start ripping stuff out of the boxes. Let's go, Mini Doobs. That's out. Let's bring you a little bit closer. You can see Mini Doobs has a little box in here. So he's got his CPU, his memory, he's got 2 sticks of memory. Then he's got his graphics card here, so he's going to remove that. He's just decided to remove his power supply. I'm not sure why he's done that, but
it's easier to get to these screws down here.
Okay, it's easy to get to those screws down there. Then I would recommend, Mini Doobs, you taking your graphics card out next. Yep. And then start undoing the power. Remember where all the power goes, because you're going to have to plug it all back in. Next thing I'm going to remove is the fan and the cooler on the back. So it's connected just with 4 screws.
Do I need to label these?
So that takes the fan out. I'll show you. There's a fan, and there's also a radiator on the back. So there's a fan and there's a radiator, so that's come out. What I want to take out next is the Fire CUDA, the NVMe drive. So I'm going to get a small screwdriver and undo that. Remember to keep the screw in the riser and take that. That contains my operating system at the moment, so I want to get that out. In fact, just before I do that, I'm just going to start disassembling the power cables off of here. So let me just do that and come back to you. So a quick update of where we are. So I've undone the 4 screws in the corners. I've left the Fire CUDA in there for a moment. I'm going to take it out when the motherboard's out. I've unplugged all of the SATA cables, all of the I/O cables which connect to the buttons on the front. We're pretty much ready to lift the motherboard out, so I'm just going to do that. So let me show you that. So that's the motherboard out in all of its entirety. So that's the memory that you saw a moment ago, processor, cooler, radiator, fan. I just got to remove the Fire CUDA off of there, and then we've got an empty case ready to put my new motherboard in. So let me show you what Mini Doobs is doing. He's actually got 6 screws. He's got one here, two in the middle and two on the back. His cooler is slightly different to mine. It's a factory cooler. Actually, no, it's not. It's a Cooler Master cooler. I beg your pardon. With a fan and a heat sink on there, and his CPU's down here. He's now getting ready to take out. Being careful of the I/O on the back, and perhaps put it on that big box there, Mini Doobs. And that's his entire processor memory out. As you can see, case is pretty empty. So what he's neglected to remove is the bit that I've got to remove. I'm just going to get a little screw and we'll do that. So I've just removed my NVMe drive, which goes on here. Mini Doobs has got to do his, so I'll give him the screwdriver. He's got to remove his, which is just here, and place it into the motherboard we just removed it from. I'll just try and zoom in so you can see. So it's that there. Just remember to take the riser with you, Mini Doobs. And then it just pulls out that way. Give it a little wiggle. There you go, transfer it. Okay, so let's put that in, I'll help you. Give us that. The I/O goes at the back, so it has to go through the slots on the back. It should match up if you're leveled. I'm not sure you're quite there. Right, now what you've got to look out for, hang on, before you go too far, this is going to go there, but you can see you're going to need to move that riser to there, and that riser to there. So you are going to need a pair of pliers in order to undo those and move them across. This is Mini Doobs' first real build, so it's quite funny to watch him do things and help him though, and hopefully teach him how to build this properly. So here's my new kit. I've got a H100i RGB Platinum Corsair Hydro. So this is my CPU cooler. When I bought this system from Scan, I've had it pre-built. So what it means is, if I just show you inside of the box, under all of the bubble wrap and what have you, you'll see I've got my brand new motherboard under here with the motherboard box underneath, and I've got the memory already installed, CPU and the cooler's already been put onto the CPU, so I should just be able to lift this up and put it straight into my case here. Let's have a look at getting this out of the box. Okay, so this is my cooler now. On the back here, we've got a couple of RGB addressable lights. As I mentioned, processor, which is an AMD processor, the first time I've had an AMD processor. Similar to Mini Doobs, this I/O here has to be connected to the back of the PC. I've got 2 sticks of 16 gig memory, and they're RGB, so red, green, blue, addressable as well. Lots of slots and connections and stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug in all the power cables and connect the board down to the chassis, and then see where we are. So a similar position to Mini Doobs. Okay, we'll keep cracking on. So a bit update, we just had dinner. It was very nice. Nice curry by Ruffy's Spice Box. Go there if you want some nice curries. Mini Doobs is now screwing in the rest of his motherboard. We managed to get the radiator and the fan on the back. He's got to connect it up yet, so there's a little connector here. Look. He's got to put all the cables in around here. He's put his NVMe drive in. We also had to change the back plate. So these are the back plates that come with the computer. So this is one that's already in the case. We took the one from my case and put it in his case. So it works on the back here, look. So on the back, if I just go down here a little bit, it's quite hard to see that here's a silver plate that sits on the back. On my one, we've got a new plate. We don't have a silver plate anymore, which is quite interesting. It's already connected on the back. I have screwed mine in, my motherboard, into the chassis. What I'm going to do next is take the fans and the radiator and screw it to, this is going to be, that's going to be the front of the case, so it can exhaust fans out that way. There's some stickers on here and stuff, and I've got to put my NVMe drive under here. So we're going to do that, plug in some cables, and we're not going to be far off. So let's continue doing that. Okay guys, next update. I've managed to run the power to the motherboard down here. I've installed the radiators with the fans on the front. I've just installed the NVMe drive, which is underneath these heat sinks, which is quite a nice little function they've got on there. Mini Doobs is in the middle of re-rigging up the back of his PC. How are you getting on, Mini Doobs?
Getting there.
Is it more difficult than you thought?
No, it's just annoying.
And you want to be tidy, don't you?
Yeah.
That's the thing, you want to be tidy. So he's had to take his back off of his. We'll give you another update shortly. Hey guys, quick interruption here. The last part of the video where I showed the end build of the computer, unfortunately I went to edit it and I lost all of the audio, so something was wrong with it. So I'm going to just recut that bit now, so you'll see me wearing this different top and everything, but I will show you the end completion part of the computer. So here we are guys, we've completed the build. I'll just turn it on and show you. Oh, look at all those colours. What's really neat about it is that I've set up the Corsair iQ, piece of software that comes with the RGB, in order to change the colours of the fans and the memory and the processor cooling unit. And what I've done, I've changed it so that these will change their various colours depending on the temperature of the actual computer. So let me just log in here into the computer. And what you'll see is that as the computer gets a bit hotter, so this is currently like less than 30 degrees, it'll be like a greeny yellowy colour. Then it'll go to orangey colour as it gets warmer, and then as it gets really, really warm, it goes red. But the iQ software you can download, it's really simple to use. There we go, it's all now green. It's just been booted up and suddenly everything's green. When it gets to 40 degrees, it goes that orangey colour, and then when it gets to over 60 degrees, it goes red colour. So far, very impressed with the processor. Even running sort of full pel, I'll get between 30 to 35 degrees, so it's keeping it really cool. Yeah, and that's it really. A couple of pieces of advice, or what I changed. I read about having the air coming into the front and then going out the back or out the top, because originally I had it pushing out to the front. So I changed it slightly. So where the radiator is at the front here, I've actually put two black fans in the front here like this. So it actually draws in cold air this way and then exhausts it at the top and at the back. So I've moved the RGB fans out to here. That's it really. That's the computer all configured. It works wonderfully. So if you've got any other questions or queries about how to do your PC build, or if you've got any questions or any queries about buying a unit from Scan, which has the motherboard, processor, memory already configured, then please please drop me a comment. I'm more than happy to respond to you. Give me a subscribe, a thumbs up, or a like if you enjoy this, because it really helps the channel out. I'd like to say thank you so much for watching Doobrey's Day, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers then. Bye.